Hey kids, have you ever heard a story about a super clever king? Well, gather around because I'm going to tell you about the king of Corinth, who outsmarted the gods themselves. Once upon a time, a long time ago in ancient Greece, not even Rome was in charge back then. There was a city called Corinth, and it had a very smart king. The people of Corinth thought he was the cleverest king ever. They were always bragging about him. But the most amazing thing the king did was a secret that almost no one knew. One day the king was scratching his head trying to figure out how to get fresh water for his city. Suddenly he saw Jupiter flying by. Jupiter, the king of the gods, was holding something. The king squinted but couldn't quite make out what it was. "How odd," sighed the king. "Jupiter rarely leaves the heavens. I wonder what he's up to." Just then, another god flew by shouting, "Have you seen my daughter?" The king saw an opportunity. "If you give my city a source of fresh water, I will tell you what I saw," he shouted back. Immediately, crystal clear water bubbled up, solving Corinth's water problem. The king pointed and said, "Jupiter was carrying something. It might have been your daughter. He went that way, but oh no! Jupiter didn't like mortals meddling in his business. When he found out what the king had done, he told his brother Pluto to take the king down to the underworld immediately. Before he was taken away, the clever king whispered to his wife, 'When they tell you I am dead, do not put a gold coin under my tongue.' Being a good wife, she did exactly as he asked. When the king arrived at the entrance to the underworld, Pluto himself met him. Because there was no gold coin under his tongue, the king looked like a poor beggar. "Where is your gold coin?" Pluto demanded. "How can you pay for a trip across the river Styx?" The king hung his head and said, "My wife was too cheap to pay for the passage." Pluto's mouth fell open in shock. "You go right back there and teach that woman some manners." Pluto sent the king back to Earth immediately, where he was magically alive and well again. The king and his wife had a good laugh about it when he got home, but he never told anyone else his secret. You never knew when the gods might be listening. And that's the story of how the king of Corinth outsmarted the gods. Isn't it amazing how clever he was? Remember, always use your brains to solve problems, just like the king did. Thanks for listening, kids. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more awesome stories.